Hello and welcome to a new video of the Boxee Box. Today we're gonna look a little bit more deeper in detail at it. I'm doing this video here a little bit extra because there's been so many bad reviews about the Boxee Box, and I'm actually going to show you what actually why it's not that bad in my opinion, and I want to show you the new interface. And pretty much talk a little bit about what it actually can do and what it's done for me. I switched from Fettouhi box with Windows 7 Home Premium on it, switched over to this Boxee Box here. Sorry about that. The great thing about the Boxee Box is it's small, just like the Fettouhi. It's even smaller actually, as you have seen in the unboxing video of it. It's more the main features of it. It has a lot of online connectivity, a lot of online features. Plus, with some of the revamps of the feature requests, it has also access to local content. So let's get to it and check it out. So right now what you see is pretty much a black screen. So I have the remote and voila. Sorry it flickers a little bit, it's the difference between the resolutions. Anyways, this is pretty much the Boxee Box itself. This is the startup menu at home screen. Right now we have some videos here that are online connectivity. For instance, probably some YouTube, something different here. You can click on it and you can see it's a Vimeo actually, from Vimeo. This is probably also, it's from Voodoo this here. So it has a lot of, it has a bar down here that you can customize in some ways of different videos that it takes from the internet. And that's for the online connectivity. So let's start out. The Boxee Box itself, you have an account, a Boxee account. This account you make on the Boxee Box, and it logs on to the service. And for that service, you can activate different things. For instance, Voodoo. For instance, Netflix. And through that, you activate that and have a Netflix or a Voodoo account through that, and it connects it all together. So if you go to another box, or your box breaks, you can log in and it will remember that you have a Voodoo account, you have all that, and you can set it up easily again. And you have friend access, has some social features, service like Facebook and Twitter. It's a lot of nice things. Let's go back to the home screen. So, and you can queue watch later shows, and you have shows as TV shows you can queue, you have access to, and movies. So the whole system here works. Let's go into the settings. Right now I have it connected up to via HDMI. So, and let's see here. It supports right now 1080p in different variations, as you can see. PAL also. Test the screen, you can match it to your range rate. Refresh rate to the videos, format for a screen overlay, and all that. It even has 3D features, so it will actually support 3D if you have 3D TV. Go back a little bit. Screensaver also, it can customize your language. So if you want, for instance, right now it's set to English, which I'm probably pretty knowledgeable about and can speak it pretty well. But you can also customize it to, for instance, Vietnamese, Turkish, Korean, Japanese, Hebrew, Greek. It has a lot of features. This is running on Linux, so it has a lot of nice feature, and there will be added a ton of content to this here. Let's see here, media, as you can see, you can also control a lot of things here. But the real thing is the network settings. Right now I'm using wired through HDTP. It has Wi-Fi built in, as I've told you if you've seen the unboxing video. It has so you can turn on proxy if you want, enable web service if you want. As a B client, because it's Linux, this is how it works with shares. And it has a VPN client, and I actually have a VPN. So if you're outside of the US and you have a VPN account, you can hook that up into here and get access to some more features. So in the no, let's skip that. Let's talk a little bit about shows. Shows here, as you can see. Right now, it's showing you my shows. That means my shows that I have locally on a storage device. It's loading up, and you will see that it will, through IMDb, get access to different shows. Some of them may have thumbnail, some of them might not. And since this is only for IMDb, the problem is that IMDb is, for instance, with anime, it's not that great. With TV shows, it's not that great. With movies, it's really great. So movies, you're pretty much sure you will get access to a lot of things, but with the other stuff, it is a little bit lacking. Feature requests have been, like, for instance, getting access to other sites, other services that you can search, a better search engine, identifying engine. And let's talk a little bit about how it actually identifies stuff. So to do that, we go into file sources. So what I have is I have a storage device which I have hooked, which I share a couple of shares from, anime, DVDs, movies, and TV shows. And these here, of course, are some of my DVD collection that I ripped down to what's it called? A backup. Same with some movies. And you can see here what it does with these shares. It actually goes in and searches every file on that share and tries to identify them. For instance, here are 117 missing identities. So for that, you can go in manually and try to identify them. Problem is, again, some of them might not exist, some of them might not be broken, some of them might be broken. For instance, this here is a perfect example of that IMDb is lacking a lot in anime department. So what I do here is go in and identify. I identify the file, see if I can find it. It finds something, but it doesn't really work, and that's the problem with this. And again, this here is still an early stage. There's a lot of add-ons to it, so it will hopefully work. So it's still in the early stages. This box, it's only a couple of months old, so yeah. Anyways, some of the other features. Let's go back to shows. Since this here was primarily meant for online connectivity, local storage is not probably something that you might not want to see. So, for instance, you can go in and check out channels. For instance, if you want to see shows from Adult Swim. And Adult Swim also has American Dad, for instance. It has Robot Chicken, has some other fees. And through this here, you have, as you see, all the thumbnails work with this. Some of them don't. And you can pretty much go in and let's check out, for instance, American Dad. And you can see you have access to all the seasons through that, and you will, of course, get some details. This here is the pilot, for instance. You click on that, you can see this here is the local file that's going to play because I have it locally. So it will identify if I have it locally or not. But if you didn't have it, for instance, Robot Chicken, and through this here it only has it doesn't have access to everything. But for instance, episode 18. you can see Adult Swim, and it has ad supported, so you will see ads. And of course, that's how Adult Swim, of course, makes their money. So we can get access to it for free. So you click play here, and it loads a little bit. Give it a couple seconds. And again, some things are, the Boxee Box is trying the best to actually showing you the video, but sometimes it has to go around stuff. So for instance here, it actually goes to a web page to actually show you this here. But we're just clicking here, and you actually have it in full screen, like on TV. So even though it's actually loading a web page, again, it depends on how it works, because it's a workaround to get this to work. So yeah, I know it's a little difficult, but at least it's fun. So at least you can do this on your PC, and it is pretty much a PC gateway it's actually doing. But at least it's you can get this easily from your TV from one big setup. And that's the Boxee Box. That's it connects everything together. That's why we get commercials, and just trying to go around that. And of course, because I'm not in the US, I don't have access to it, but that can change easily. So, like I said, it has VPN connection. So, some people like us, and this here is not illegal. There's nothing illegal in this. Just a workaround again. So, let's try this again with the VPN connection connected. And it loads a little bit. And it's loading. And now we have chicken run. Or sorry, not chicken run. Robot chicken. So yeah, that's one thing to look at. As you can see, it has a lot of shows. This is just only Adult Swim. So for instance, if you want to go to Cartoon Network, see what this has. It has a couple shows, Dexter's Laboratory, all that nice stuff. And if you want just to check out all, and this is out of the box, and it takes a little bit of time to get it to load. It has 2,571 shows you can easily get access to just from picking up. But again, it shows, but it doesn't mean it has full seasons, because, for instance, online streaming is still in the early stage, so not all people and all companies have have uploaded full seasons of stuff like that. Some things might, something hasn't. I think if you go, I think Conan actually has a little bit. No, it has some season ones, but again, it's not access to everything, but it's a start. I think it's a good start, and again, this here is the way to go in my opinion. Watching shows instead of paying cable, you have this here, and you just pick up what you want. Let's check out Pokemon. This here has, for instance, the whole season 3 and the whole season 1, and the from 52 and up on season 1, and so it has something. So again, it depends on what you want to watch. And you can, with this here, just easily say, well, this here show I'm interested in, and then you just add it to your favorites. So easy as that. And if you don't want it, remove it. So this here is, again, and the great thing is if you just click shows, it will always go to your local shows if it's that you set it to, or your favorites, for instance. This here is, of course, most of my local shows. But anyways, let's check out movies. And we have a lot of nice movies here. And it's pretty much the same setup. These movies here have pretty much everything. Oh,